Okay, this is the tutorial for my mega haul pack. Okay, this is the Lowboy set that I edited with all the attachments that I made. Now I'm in that one right there, and when you get your gooseneck in the store, you're going to get it in this fashion right here. I'm going to back up here to you and show you how to hook it up. And again, I got some lag because I'm doing the recording again at the same time. So you can see the lag even on the stock map. So you can see it's my computer. Now, when you hook up to it, it's not locked to your deck. You're probably going to want to do that. Okay. That's mainly for backing up once you get it square. If it's not square, you want to leave it unlocked so for maneuverability, so it'll work just like a trailer. You can back it in, swing it left and right just like a trailer because there is a wheel underneath that attach port. Now, in order to be able to hook it up to the trailer, you need to unlock your deck. So the green light at the bottom just went off. Then you back up. Now, the closer you get that, you don't want to connect as soon as your attacher activation shows up. You want to have it right up in there, just like that. And you see it didn't show up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I can't remember if it does on this or not. But the closer you get it in there, the squarer you get it and everything, right before you connect, that's best because it'll save on the hop. Now you lock your deck as soon as you get it in there. I'll help it first so it doesn't jump around too. And you hit Q. And see, it only hopped a little bit. See, that is a minor hop right there. And that's what you want. And you push J, that lifts it up. Now I did not change the input bindings on the use of the crane. So when you do lift it up, the boom will go down. Just push M and it'll go back up. Now B will knock the boom just a little bit out of alignment. N will take it over. See, N will take it back over. See, it's still locked. So B is up. The deck went down. Just lift it up with J again. And then your boom goes down a little bit. And just lift the boom back up. And now you're square. And now you're all good. Now X is your extra weight mod, and X also adjusts your deck. And the extra weight is the front bumper. And once you have it up, you're good to go. You can rock and roll. Okay, now here's the mega haul system here, where I'm running 2 dollies and a rear dolly. Currently I have no rear steer. I'm kind of in a real tight place right here, so I don't want rear steer. Extra, you need some extra weight on here. Pick up speed here and get it out here in the open. And here you go. Now you push delete, and that brings up automatic auto steer. So it just kicked in right away. Now if you're in the middle of a turn and you want to stop that auto steer, just back up. Just reverse. And watch that green light. Now you're in. Okay, now you can go to manual. Now K and M will manually steer your rear wheels. So you can back up easy for a connection to the rear dolly. See the back wheels turning back there? And you can watch that green light there in the front and know when you're square again. Just like that. And then you can push it again, push lead again, and you're back to none, no steering. And then you have your standard caterpillar swing, we call it. The caterpillar effect for the swing that you need when you make your turn. And you can see the caterpillar effect right here. Slower speed, it doesn't bounce like that, and you want to be in slower speeds anyway, moving this stuff. I'm just trying to do it quick to shorten the video time. And here we'll go show you some of the other mods. Now, I'm using autosave mod. If you leave your rig in this fashion on autosave, and you get into that tractor, your game will freeze. You will not be able to get out of the truck. You won't be able to do anything. One thing you'll be able to do is move your cam. What you need to do in that position is you just unhook the back trailer and click your unattach again, which will disconnect the dolly, and then reattach everything again. Okay? All you gotta do is just hit your attachment joint 4 times, and it'll disconnect the rear trailer. It'll disconnect the dolly. It'll reconnect the dolly, then reconnect the trailer, and you'll be good to go. Now the dolly has tracking strips. The tracking strips are also in the Lowboy pack. However, I did not add the in-game GE stuff to the Lowboy pack because mostly you're not going to be having that in the field. I did not add it to the tankers because the tankers really aren't designed to be needed to be going in the field either. I will be adding fertilizer and stuff to them so that possibly in the future I'll be able to figure out a way to attach this to the back of one of my cultivators that I'm going to have a spraying anhydrous. So if I can ever get that to work, then maybe I'll have an updated version that will have the tracking strips for it and the anhydrous availability to where you can just take this directly and hook it directly up to your anhydrous sprayer and spray anhydrous. Now this is your push truck mod. This truck has a bucket attacher on the front, a front loader attachment, and it attaches this here. I have yet to get this to actually work in single player, but it works like this. You can bring it up to, say, this attacher joint here, behind the Lowboy, and then you hit 9. Okay, now the truck is attached to it. Okay, I'm over those power lines there, so I'm having a little bit of issue with the camera. Okay, so we get up. So yeah, you can see it's attached to the dolly. However, this is my issue with this in single player. In single player mode, as you can see, I'm all hooked up, ready to go. I'm at height, and I'm trying to drive away. And my truck is an anchor. See if I could get a Luna or some kind of function key to put that truck in neutral with the front steering wheels also in neutral. Then in single player it would symbolize a push truck. I tried using this with the Follow Me mod with this type of connection, it did work. I don't know if it'll work in multiple players, if there was somebody else in the truck driving the truck and the other person is driving that. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to test that. And here is the flatbed setup. Again, this is the same way. If it's connected on autosave, when you come back in the game, you'll be froze up like I'm froze up right now. See how I'm froze up here? Okay. Basically, all you do is come around here where you can see. Just detach that, detach the dolly, and there you go. You're hooked up again, and now you're ready to roll. Now, all the trucks will do this. If you're connected like this and you park your convoy, I don't care which truck of mine that you use, they'll all do that. It's something to do with the scripts in the dolly. I have not been able to figure it out. Now, one thing is the bale trailer and the grain trailers, they all have tracking scripts. I was not successfully able to get tracking scripts to work on this truck or the push truck. However, it does work on the recovery truck. The recovery truck boom. It's very difficult to do, but you can attach my chain for the crane on that mod, on the end of the boom. It's very difficult. You have to get very close, very close. It's got to be turned just the right way. It's very hard to do. I have a hard time doing it, but it does work. You can also attach bale grabbers to it, logging claws, front head loader adapters, anything that you can connect to a front loader, you can connect to that too, like the front loader header adapters for lifting in headers and things like that. You can attach that to the end of that boom. So you can lift headers off the trailer and put headers on the flatbed and lift them off with that. As you can see, the track started there. I didn't go very well because I didn't get too much dirty on them. And again, here's this tack. This is the same tractor that has the bucket attachment on it for the push truck. I'm actually in version 2 going to try to make this an actual American style logging truck, the old school type. I have to actually get somebody that knows Blender or something to make me a single fork. I want that single fork to be detachable, to attach right directly to that front attachment joint. And then I'll get an I-crane thing to put there and extend the hitch out about 2 feet. And then I'll have a long single boomed trailer with a single fork in the back. Both of them will be pivoting. So when you put your logs on there, they pivot on each end and whatnot. And also it'll be able to be lifted up and set on the back of the front truck and push truck. So it'll actually be a full-fledged American log truck. That'll probably be a version 2 when I actually learn how to do Blender and can make my own stuff without just doing edits. I figure if I learn to do edits first and get those mastered or at least understood to a point to where I start importing things from Blender, then I can figure out what my problems are with that. I figure learning one program is easier than learning 2 or 3 at once. So anyway, these are my edits for my mega haul pack. Oh yes, problem with these buckets here, the cart, is the grain planes. I have fought for a week trying to get those grain planes figured out and get them right. And I just have not been able to get them right. I finally got them to actually hold textures and whatnot, but some of them stick out the back end. They're mismatched and crazy, and I have fought with them for a week trying to fix them and have not been able to. Any other issues that I have? E-Eliminator would be cool to have put in this truck. I've tried to put it in this truck. I've tried to put tracking scripts on both of these trucks. Oh, and the recovery truck, the hauler, that has extra weight mods working. It has tracking scripts working. I have failed to get the beacon lights to work. I would like beacon lights on that truck and the push truck if possible. I have not been able to do so. But anyway, there's the tutorial. I hope it was explanatory. One more thing I would like to show you. When you unhook this, when you park it, do it like this. Always push your duct down. See, in rotates the boom, you see that? Always put your boom down like this. When you want to disconnect, so then you can disconnect it, and then you can drive away and then still be able to back up under it. Okay, if you want to disconnect your Lowboy, you unlock it first, and Q, and push forward. Now, do not leave and save your game with it like this. Okay? Reason being, your deck will, your gooseneck will fall to the ground unless you have auto-attach mods, then it'll attach back to the fifth wheel. But if I was to disconnect with it right now and just drive away from it, it would fall. So you hit B, lock your deck down into place. Then when you disconnect from it, you can drive away from it and it'll stay standing up. Okay? Now, if you have forgotten to do that, okay, let me show you how to fix that. Okay? Now, I've disconnected and I'm going to drive away. Now, it should fall over on its nose. Okay, it didn't fall over on its nose. But a lot of times it does, especially after a saved game. What you do is just back up there to it. You see, notice I had two attachment joints. That's the lower rear attachment joint, which is right there. That's my low rear attachment joint. Okay? Even when the deck is, let's say, like down, right? You can still get to it with that attachment joint. Then you can hit B, and then you can lock it back up. You can do the same thing if you forget to lower your deck before you unhook it and it's too low to get up underneath it to connect to the fifth wheel. You can connect to the lower attacher joint, lower your deck, disconnect it, and then you can back up underneath with the fifth wheel. Hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoy the mod.